Hey guys, how's it going? Shimbob here, and today I'm bringing you all my Torbjorn hero guide. Remember, if you do enjoy the video, go ahead and give it a like, and be sure to subscribe for more Overwatch and Destiny videos. Now for me personally, I'd put Torbjorn in a similar category to what I put Bastion in regards to how I enjoy playing them, but he does have his place in the game, and there are a few little tips that are good to keep in mind when you're playing him. Now that's not to say that I think of him as a bad hero. In fact, I think he's quite strong when played well. I just don't love his style of play. But anyway, on to when's the best time to play him. I would only ever use Torbjorn on defense and not on control point maps. Personally, I think he's a bit of a waste on attack because he's not very mobile, and there's definitely better heroes for dealing damage on attack. But if you disagree, let me know down in the comments. Okay, so onto the tips, and tip number 1 is the positioning of your turret. Now this is pretty obvious that it's a big deal and that your turret does most of your damage, but I just wanted to take the time to really emphasize that this is a big deal for Torbjorn. So obviously you want to have your turret up, ideally 100% of the time in some capacity. Always try and get it to a level 2 turret as well. It can be pretty useless when it's level 1 because it shoots so slow and it's got very low health, so don't ever really bother with that if you can avoid it. I don't want to go over a whole list of the best places to put your turret on each map. I think I could maybe do that in a separate video in the future if you guys want that. But what I will say is a decent idea is to sort of jump into a custom match on your own or with a few bots and perhaps just get a feel for all the maps and their lines of sight and where's the best place to put the turrets. From that you can then work out your favorite positions and how to set up the turret. And also I like to take note of where I get killed by Torbjorn's turrets on enemy teams. And then when I'm playing Torbjorn, I like to use those positions to kill the enemy. So generally you want to have it more towards the back of where your team's set up, or off to the side, somewhere where it can see a lot of the map, and preferably have a wall or something behind it to protect it from a few angles at least, so that way it can't get attacked from every which way and overwhelmed. Tip number 2 is share your armor. Obviously one of Torbjorn's moves is to throw out those armor packs for allies to pick up, and this can be a really good boost for characters like Zenyatta, Tracer or Farah, just to give them a little bit extra survivability. Optimally, you want to communicate with your teammates where you're throwing the armor packs over voice chat, but if you don't have that available, then try and throw them into the path of teammates so they can kind of just walk over them without even realizing it. And thirdly to that, just throw them on objectives or like high traffic areas so that your teammates will walk into them that way. But basically don't underestimate how valuable those armor packs can be, so keep an eye on the amount of scrap you've got and just try and be constantly chucking them out all of the time. Now I know these tips are kind of been pretty basic and maybe a bit obvious for some of you guys, but they are important to keep in mind when playing Torbjorn to be effective with him. So with that said, tip number 2 is protect your turret. So once your turret's in a good spot and you're happy with it, then start to move forward of it a bit, like you're trying to protect it from the enemies. Don't get too aggressive, but just keep firing shots down range so that the enemies can't get a comfortable shot on your turret or your teammates. So while doing this, you want to stay close enough to your turret as well though, so you can run and repair it if it takes some damage. Or as I've seen some people do when in doubt and things are getting a bit hairy, just crouch behind your turret and keep whacking it with a hammer. That seems to be the easiest way to get play of the game, I find. So they're basically the main tips I had for Torbjorn, to be honest. I might bring out a video in the future talking about like perfect spots to put your turret and stuff like that. But other than that, just follow the tips, keep them in the back of your mind, and if things aren't working out with Torbjorn early on in the game, if the other team's shutting you down quickly, you need to change off him because he's one of those heroes that can't really fight through and change his style of play. You need to switch off him. Other than that, just make sure your turret's in a good position, you can see lots of enemies, and keep moving around it. Thanks a lot for watching guys. Let me know if you have any tips of your own for playing Torbjorn, if there's anything you think I missed. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Make sure to check out the videos down below, and until next time, just keep doing what you're doing guys. Cheers.